Greetings, class. This is Professor Bold, and I am coming to you from my humble abode. As you can see, that's the great thing about being online, is that you can do it anywhere. So I'm going to talk today about the syllabus. So I'm going to take you there. If you want to get there with me, I will show you how to do that. I'm coming to you also from a program called Screencast-O-Matic. And let me get this where I need it to be. Hold on just a second. There. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, I am at Blackboard in our class. So you probably started from your Blackboard and went to your class. This is 3306001, and it is 2018, the summer of 2018. And I'm going to go here and click on the syllabus. And I'm going to click here. So this is what you should see, and this is our summer 11-week 2018 Social Work Practice 3 syllabus. You'll see our basic information here. That's my name. I'm an assistant professor in practice in the School of Social Work at UTA. And the best way to get a hold of me is through the email. We can have Skype time if you would like to have Skype time, or we can talk over the phone, conference, or we can meet in person. So, but you have to let me know if you're having trouble. That's the only way I'm going to know, is if you contact me. So our syllabus goes over the description of the course content, and it initially talks about what this course is about. And this course, there are prerequisites to this course, 2311 and 2313. Some of the outcomes, I want to explain a little bit about student learning outcomes. A lot of students maybe have questions about the syllabus, or why is all this extra information on there, and I want to explain that a little bit. In the School of Social Work, we follow the standards of accreditation by the Council of Social Work Education. And it's very important to us that every student who goes through every class has these competencies when they finish. So we want to make sure that everyone understands the things that are delineated here in these competencies before they graduate. So you will hear me say sometimes, I have an ethical responsibility to make sure that students pass this class. So there should be no class in social work that's just an easy check it off kind of class, especially when you get up into the upper level classes, your practice courses and things like that. We have to make sure that you are going to demonstrate the ethical behavior of a social worker as expected. So we're getting you ready for being out in the field. So I want you to be sure that you read these various competencies very closely and understand what's expected of you. It would not be a bad idea for you to visit the NASW Code of Ethics and explore that in depth, so that you can understand exactly what's going to be expected of you as a social worker. Okay. I'm going to scroll through these, but I do expect you to look at them. Each of the activities that we have, all of the major assignments and examinations, you will see when you get here, they have meets core competencies 1 and 6, or meets core competency 1. So every activity is related to a core competency. There aren't things that are just busy work. All of it is related to something that you're going to learn about social work. Here are the required textbooks and other course materials. In this course, we have one course text. It is very, very important that you purchase this text, or get your borrow it, or I'm going to put it up here so you can see what it looks like. Let me see if I can click back and forth. Okay, so you can see what it looks like there. This is the 7th edition of the Empowerment Series by Kirst and Ashman. And a lot of students say, well, do I have to have the most recent edition? Yes, you do need the most recent edition if you can at all possible. Otherwise, when you go through and do the quizzes and things like that, sometimes the chapters are a little off, or sometimes the page numbers are a little off with the assignments. So you'll be responsible for doing the correct assignment if you do not buy the correct edition of the textbook. Understandably, students have a financial burden there, and so I would suggest you may rent the textbook online. I will tell you in this class, though, that this is one of those ones that you may want to keep in the future. As you go through graduate school, you will need to possibly refer back to this textbook when you do your integrative seminar. Something to think about. Anyway, that is the textbook for this class. It is required, and yes, you must buy it. And it is not one of those things where you can just guess at the quizzes or guess at the assignments or use common sense. Although some of the things are commonsensical, you really need to get the textbook so you can keep up with the course. If you don't, you're going to probably be very lost. All right, so some of our major assignments. The first thing that I've asked students to do is this class introduction. I ask all the students to introduce themselves on video. Some students, say, well, why do I have to do that, whatever. Well, networking in social work is critical. You've got to know each other. So this is our way of getting to know each other in the class introduction. The second thing is this community assessment commitment form. In this class, you have one big project. There's no final in this class, but there is one big project. And that project is a written assignment. And you will be doing that either in a group or on your own. I'm going to leave that up to you. So you can make that choice whether you want to do the community assessment on your own or in a group. I do suggest doing it in a group because it is very involved, and it involves being out in the community, doing some hands-on activities. Some students prefer to do it on their own. That's fine with me, but I need you to tell me what you're doing very early on. You must make a commitment, as the form says, to either working on your own on this project or working in a group. Do not come to me in the middle of the semester and say, oh, I'm going to switch. I never got together with my group, or I couldn't do this, or I couldn't do that. Once you make this commitment, it's really important that you stick with it. Okay. So next are the quizzes. And we have 11 quizzes in this class. I believe one of them might be extra credit, the last one. But the quizzes help us keep up with the reading. The quizzes are open all semester, but I would suggest that you keep up with the pace of this class by keeping up with the work on a weekly basis. If you don't, you will have an overwhelming amount to catch up with in the end. And when I say overwhelming, I mean an insurmountable task. So you really want to read every week, read for meaning and understanding rather than memorize and take tests. Because you will see when you look at the quizzes that they are not intuitive. You have to have read the course text to know what the quizzes are. So very important. And it's also a 10% of your final average. So you really want to keep up with those. We have discussion boards. I believe there are about 3 discussion boards in this class that are 5% of your grade. The discussion boards in most of my online classes require this following this rubric for discussion board participation. I would suggest looking at this for all your classes and sort of following the guidelines either that are provided by that class or these. And I promise if you follow these guidelines, you will probably get very good grades from your future classes on your discussion boards. But that's aside from this class. Okay, we have required activities. Let me explain the required activities. Each of these activities builds upon the other. So you must do these activities in order. Even if you're working in a group, each one builds on the other. So you want to go through and complete each activity as assigned. So if you want to get ahead, that's okay, but you need to complete the activities in order. So for example, you're not going to jump to activity 3 before you've done activity 1 and 2. It's going to make sense to you later, and all of the lecture materials follow this guide. The purpose of these activities is to give you the materials and the know-how and the knowledge that you need to complete the final project. So if you do these activities thoroughly and in order, it will be very helpful to you in finishing the final project. Let's see. So I will have videos on each of the activities as well, and they are in some of the lectures also. So I'm just going to move through those. There are 7 of them, and they need to be completed in order. Okay, the big project is this community assessment written assignment. I will tell you that this assignment is normally in a face-to-face class. There is a presentation that goes with this, and also in the regular online class, the 15-week class, they do a presentation as well. However, for this time in the summer, it's a condensed amount of time that we have. So we're just doing the written assignment. So it's very, very important that this completion of this assignment be conducted in a way that is acceptable to the Council of Social Work Education. So this assignment is not optional. You must complete this assignment in order to receive a passing grade. You also must complete all of the assignments in this class to receive a passing grade in the course. So community assessment written assignment, I'm going to go over that a little more thoroughly in one of the other videos. But just so you know, this is the big one, and you want to be sure that you have reviewed the syllabus and what is in the syllabus. The syllabus may always provide some additional information that may not be on Blackboard. So you want to make sure that you follow the syllabus and the instructions on Blackboard. Make sure you've looked at both of them. In addition, what I'm asking for in this class is before you turn in the community assessment paper, I'm asking each individual to do a self-assessment. I'll provide the rubric, and you will actually review the rubric yourself before, as it compares to your paper and your assignment that you plan to turn in. You will review that before you turn in your final assignment. So this gives you a chance to say, where are we at with this final assignment? What do I anticipate the grade I would get if I turned it in today would be? And what else do I need to do to complete this assignment? So you'll do your self-assessment, and it's really a completion grade. You need to do it completely and then turn it in, and you'll either get a 100, or if you don't turn it in, you'll get a 0. And it's worth 10% of your grade also. I do have some extra credit. I'll show you where that is when I review when I do the course navigation. There's some information here on attendance. The way that I set up the course is that each week begins on a Tuesday and ends on a Monday. I found that that gives us the weekend to work through. Let's see. If there are any discussion boards, I ask that you turn them in on a Friday, your first post, which is your response or whatever you're asked to post there, and then respond to others by Monday. Again, that just gives us the weekend to respond to others. Here's the grading and the percentages. The actual percentage also includes the extra credit. So it is possible to make more than 100% in this class if you complete all of the activities that are listed here and the extra credit. It's good to know that you can make more than 100%. There are assignments that are completed as individuals and graded as individuals. Those are the class video introduction, the commitment form, the quizzes and discussion boards. okay, and the self-assessment are all done by yourself, okay? The other activities that are done as a group are the required activities, the 1 through 7, and the community assessment written assignment. I've provided a lot of instruction before you turn in each assignment, so I want to encourage you to read every area for detail to make sure that you understand what's expected. Makeup exams, just get her done. We don't have much time, and you just need to get things done. There is not going to be time at the end for you and I to go back and forth about whether you completed your assignments or not. Sometimes I, allow students to kind of do a redo. That won't be this semester because we need to just get it done. We need to get it turned in, and I need to get grades in fairly quickly after the last day. So follow the due dates. Remember that I won't be able to accept late papers after 7 days. It'll be closed. So course is over. So be sure you look at the assignments, the due dates, and that you understand when everything is due. You've probably heard this before being in an upper level class, but if you have a planner or something like that, if you don't have one, get one. But if you have one, go ahead and take the syllabus and or the course schedule and write down everything that is there and when it's due. You may also find some glitches throughout the semester. Let me know. I cannot change glitch if I don't know. I cannot make a movie work if I don't know it doesn't work. I can't change an assignment thing or date or whatever requirement if I don't know that it's a problem or you can't open it or that type of thing. So let me know as you go along. There also may be things that only the university can fix, and it may take some time. If I know about something, then I can alert them to the problem. Okay, here are the modules in the course schedule. I'm going to do another video, or I'm going to move over to the course schedule in just a second. But here are some great resources for you. We do have a lot of resources now for students at the university. So I want you to be familiar with what those things are and be sure that you read the rest of the syllabus in detail. Okay, I'm going to close out the syllabus now, and I'm going to go over to the course schedule, which I did put here for you. This is a little bit easier to see than, it's the exact same as the course schedule that's in the syllabus, but it's a little easier to read in this Word format. I hope that fan is not distracting you on the video. But anyway, too late now. Okay. This is the course schedule, and it goes through, we have 10 modules, even though it's an 11-week course. The 11 weeks is for finals week. So you have a final study week, and then you have a finals week, and we don't have a final in this course. So it's cut down to 10 modules, which gives us a little bit of leeway there at the end for anything we need to work out in the end. But don't wait till the end to try to iron things out. Okay, we have Module 1, and this tells you everything you need to know. It's got bullet points. It's like a to-do list. That's what I would see this as. So it tells you exactly what you need to do every week and when things are due. I did say before that quizzes stay open all semester, but I have due dates on them and on this course schedule so that you can keep up with the pace of the class. But you should do that anyway, but you will see due dates, and you will see things turn up late in your grade center if you don't complete them within that week. So it's just there for you. However, discussion boards can only be completed within the week that they are supposed to be due, because it's a discussion that week. Nobody wants to come along in Module 9 and answer the discussion board from a different earlier module. It's too late, doesn't make sense. So discussion boards are due on that time. Also, the end of semester project, the community assessment, you need to turn that in on the day that it's due. Do not procrastinate. Okay? I think I've said that many times. Okay, so we have all of the modules here. It's posted here in Blackboard. Can't really think of anything else. All the activities, everything is here that you need to do. So I would use this and the syllabus as a to-do list, and just make sure that you know where it is. Okay, let me see if I can get out of this. Okay, so we're back to where we started, and I'm just going to click on back here to start here. I will be posting a course navigation video as well as a activities videos. There will be more coming, and you'll hear more from me this summer. Again, the summer goes fast. Let me know if you need anything, and welcome to the class.